What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. All right, so this is the situation we have right here for you guys. The latest two runs of the GFS have come in, and this is something I wanted to go ahead and talk to you about, as well as something else a little bit later in the video. But here we go. So this is what we got right here. We got this right here. We got this run of the GFS. We have this thing organizing and developing near Nicaragua right here. And this time, however, it looks like to me that this is going to be basically taking a westward turn into the Yucatan Peninsula, north of Belize over here, making landfall, apparently stalling out, and then going out to sea again. I don't entirely trust that. Basically, from what I've been keeping an eye on, according to the GFS, is this thing's going to organize, develop in the Gulf of Belize, quickly strengthen due to lower wind shear over there. We're going to go ahead and show you that right now. This is what we got. There is still some wind shear in the area, but not nearly as much. It's expected to make landfall in the Yucatan Peninsula, bring quite a bit of rain, and then just do whatever it's going to do after that. So I've been saying for several days that the most realistic scenario is a strong tropical storm or a weak hurricane. This run of the GFS has basically gotten to the point where it looks like that's going to be more likely at this point. So that's something interesting right there. That doesn't mean nothing bad's going to happen or anything like that. There's still going to be quite a bit of rain with that, quite a bit of wind. The pressure at landfall is like around 990 or something like that. So that's definitely a Category 1 hurricane with winds around 80, 85 miles per hour for sure. So we'll have to continue to keep an eye on that. But it does look like the GFS is showing more realistic scenarios than it has in the past right here. So definitely something interesting to take a look at. And what's really going to be fueling that is these global sea temperatures, 28, 29, 30 degrees Celsius, 82 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. The ocean heat content in this area absolutely can support a hurricane right here. We're looking past 150 joules OCH right here. Oh, that's more than enough to fuel it. And if you take a look at the wind shear, at least for today over here, it's not the best. It's like around 30 to 40 knots, but that is going to decrease by that point as the ridge starts developing around here and goes through. You saw that earlier in the run. I'll go ahead and show that to you again. That's basically what we got going on. There is going to be shear to the north of it, but I don't think it's going to affect it too much, and especially because it's going to be weakening as things continue to go on. So definitely something to talk about. But one other thing I wanted to go ahead and talk to you about is the European model. And the European model actually has something potentially developing in the main development region of the tropical Atlantic. That's right, we got the 0Z run out. We have something potentially developing. You start seeing that low pressure system over here. Things take a bit of time to organize and develop, but it does look like by 240 hours out, it does look like it's starting to get its act together. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on right there. The reason being is because, number one, if we go ahead and take a look at the wind shear, sorry, not the anomalies, but the wind shear right here, it's in an area where there is low wind shear right here. There is weak wind shear going into this. If we go ahead and take a look at the global sea temperatures, by the time you get to this area, by the time you get to French Guiana over here, you're still in that 28 degrees Celsius range, and we can go ahead and take an even further look right here. That goes all the way from the coast of Africa all the way to the Americas over here. So there is absolutely plenty of warm water to potentially fuel that thing right there. And then if you take a look at the ocean heat content, the OHC in this area, the main development region over here, is around 50 to 75 over here, but by the time you get to like north of South America, that jumps up to 100 in a lot of areas right there. So once again, something to keep a very close eye on right there. And the wind shear is also going to be not nearly as bad than where it is right now. Right now it's like 30 to 40 knots or something like that. But yeah, that's basically what we're looking at right here coming in the next few days. We're looking at potential development. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an area of interest in the NHC in the next few days, at least in the main development region. There isn't right now, but there might be soon, because there's actually a tropical wave that's coming off of Africa right there. That might be it. I'm not 100% sure, but it's moving very slow. Just keep that in mind going forward. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and show you the ensemble runs right here of what we got. We're going to go ahead and show you the ensemble member MSLP right there. So this is what we got going on. In the next 4 days, we start seeing some potential actually, in the next 40 to 72 hours, we start seeing some potential stuff that's starting to pop off. We saw a lot of ensemble members that are out here, and that continues to grow. And then it starts concentrating on a few pretty decent scenarios heading towards the Lesser Antilles right here, including a strong tropical storm that moves just north of the Leeward Islands, and a Category 1 hurricane. That's a 990 pressure right there that moves through a lot of the Lesser Antilles right there, moves through the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico right there, which that is an interesting thing to look at. And if you take a look at what we have up here, that's that high pressure system right there. That's the Bermuda High. And it's moved up far enough now for stuff to start developing in the main development region. And keep in mind, this is also the European system as well. So that's generally a more conservative model in June, especially. And if you take a look at the GFS ensembles, the GFS ensembles are quite more like they're way more aggressive than the European ensemble. You start seeing several scenarios of hurricanes developing right there. So yeah, that's an interesting thing to take a look at and keep an eye on right there. So we'll continue to update you here on the Pat's Path Predictor channel. If you are in the Lesser Antilles, just keep a close eye out. I'll continue to keep you updated. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Helps us out, helps us make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather. But with that being said, have a wonderful day, guys. Stay safe.